Good evening, and welcome to the Asian American Chamber of Commerce 2020 Awards and Fundraiser. I would like to introduce Narashima Shinoy for his opening remarks. Nick?
Oh, sorry. Never learned that weird business. Welcome to our annual award and fundraising event. We appreciate your understanding for conducting this event virtually. Entrepreneurship is on the rise in the Asian community. We continue to lead others, adopting the latest technology. Having said that, there is a
Nick, I think we lost you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Asian American current buying power nationally is $1.2 trillion and expected to rise 1.6 trillion by 2024. To put things in perspective, out of 195 countries in the world, only 15 countries currently have more GDP. Current pandemic has devastated our small and micro businesses, more so in Philadelphia. In addition, recent organized looting has further damaged many of our businesses. Substantial number of micro businesses may not recover. Currently, 23% of Asian population in Philadelphia is below poverty level and expected to rise due to these business closures. Next year, we will focus on helping our business in the recovery process. As the economy recovers, there will be more startup opportunities for entrepreneurs. We will continue to work with city and state legislators to promote business-friendly environment. Immigrants make significant contribution to our economy. We will continue to pursue immigrant-friendly policies. Diversity and inclusion has been an issue for many years. It is now talk of the town. Diversity is a good business as it provides additional talent and competition. It is a win-win situation for corporations. Finally, on behalf of the board of directors, I take this opportunity to thank you for your support for this organization and looking forward for your continued support. Board members, raise your hands, please. Okay, the next, we have two greetings from one from the Governor Tom Wolf, followed by the Councilman David O, who is our honorary board member.
Hi, I'm Governor Tom Wolf, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the annual banquet for the Asian American Chamber of Commerce of Greater Philadelphia. The Chamber is a key resource for Asian American businesses in the Philadelphia region. Your work helps businesses thrive and builds a stronger, more diverse Commonwealth. Thank you for your innovation and hard work, but most of all, thank you for your commitment to serving Asian American businesses in the Philadelphia region. I am certain that your success will continue in the years to come.
Good evening, I'm Councilman David O. I'm so pleased to be able to join you for the 2020 Annual Awards Fundraiser. First, let me start by thanking Nick Shinoy, founder, CEO, and president of the Chamber, the board and staff, for hosting another great event, featuring the keynote speaker, Michael A. Innocenzo, President and CEO of PICO, and honoring David L. Cohen, Senior Executive Vice President of Comcast, and a great leader in our city. And most of all, thank you for joining us tonight and supporting the Asian American Chamber of Greater Philadelphia. 2020 has been a tough year for business, especially small businesses. Many businesses have been hurt and some closed because of all the challenges that we face this year. Now, more than ever, the work and advocacy of the Chamber is very important. As a city councilman, I know how important business is to our city. jobs, opportunities, tax revenues to support our community. I have a great ally and advocate in the Chamber. With your help, the Chamber will continue to fight for small business and opportunities in Philadelphia to make our city a great city. We need to challenge our city government to also respect and advocate for businesses in our city. With your help, we'll be able to do that this year and next year. So thank you, and I wish you the very best.
We have two presenting sponsors. We appreciate their generosity. First, Chris Albrecht, Senior Vice President and General Manager for Harrah's Casino, followed by Patrick Young, Senior Vice President for Independent Blue Cross. Both of them are our board members. Chris?
Thanks, Nick. Again, this is Chris Albrecht. I'm coming to you guys tonight from my office here at Harrah's. We had hoped to have been able to at least host some of the board members and award winners tonight at our facility, but with the ever-changing protocols, we've had to make some adjustments to tonight's festivities. But we do appreciate, again, the opportunity to be the presenting sponsor once again for the Asian American Chamber. Our operation, we were closed for several months, but did have the opportunity to reopen back at the end of June and have been focused on the health and safety of all our team members and guests through mask compliance, social distancing, and providing a lot of new sanitizer and other cleaning solutions throughout our facility. And we'll hopefully continue to do so. But we know that even with our limited capacity and what we can do, we are more fortunate than many other businesses, especially small businesses and those businesses in our Asian community. And so again, we appreciate the opportunity from the Chamber, the board, and Nick to be able to support in a small way now as a presenting sponsor, and look forward to the opportunity to get back into the Asian community once things open up and down the road. Thanks again.
Good evening. I'm Patrick Young, Senior Vice President at Independence Blue Cross and a proud member of the Asian American Chamber of Commerce Board. On behalf of my colleagues at Independence Blue Cross, we're proud to sponsor this celebration and recognize the Chamber's leadership in making connections that matter. In these unusual times, it's even more important to reach out and promote strong ties within our community and our region. We share your deep commitment to supporting Asian American businesses and building relationships between communities. When the Chamber's members' companies prosper, so does Greater Philadelphia. And we're here tonight to honor outstanding Asian American businesses, nonprofits, and champions, and salute their significant contributions to the region. Congratulations to tonight's honorees, and thank you all for all that you do.
Thank you, Chris and Patrick. Tonight, we all like to also acknowledge some of our other sponsors as well. Table sponsors, CFI, Everest Medical Group, Tuan H. Nguyen, our Outstanding Business Award sponsors, Asian Bank, Penn Purchasing, PGW, Phillies, Tim Haas and Associates, Wells Fargo, WSFS Bank, the Chamber of Commerce for Greater Philadelphia, our CEO sponsors, BB&T Bank, Customers Bank, Elegant Furniture and Lighting, Rivers Casino, Philadelphia, and keynote sponsors, CFI, Jefferson Health, Pico, the Impact sponsors, Comcast NBC Universal, Parks Casino and Racing, and again, our presenting sponsors, Harrah's, Philadelphia, Independent Blue Cross. Thank you all so much. We would not be able to do this tonight without any of you. Thank you. Next, I'd like to introduce our MC of the night, Sean Samuel.
Thank you, Betsy. Good evening to all our distinguished guests, honorees, and supporters of the Asian American Chamber. And we welcome you once again to the 2020 Annual Awards and Fundraiser. My name is Sean Samuel. I've had the privilege to be part of the Asian American Chamber Board for the past 3 months. And in my day job, I work at Comcast, who's the Impact Award sponsor for the 2020 Gala. Now, usually we'd all be in a ballroom, delicious dinner and some table wine, connecting live in person with each other and catching up, maybe a hug and a handshake. But we know 2020 certainly is a different year altogether, and it has impacted our lives and certainly our businesses in many ways. But it's amazing how we can come together virtually to have this event. Due to the recent events, many micro Asian-owned businesses in the Philadelphia area have been severely impacted by the COVID-19 crisis. The Asian American Chamber of Commerce of Greater Philadelphia is here to offer our support to these businesses to recover and rebuild their establishments and create further jobs for our communities. It is certainly a tough time for our small businesses, and we are asking for your generosity today. That's right, to dig deep into your pockets, to donate what you can. Donations of $20, $50, $100, or $1,000 will help our small business recover. This fund will be orchestrated through our GoFundMe. You get more information on our website. Website is www.asianchamberphila.com. It's on the screen here. All funds raised will go towards helping small businesses recover in the greater Philadelphia area. So please do take the time to support, and let's do our part. Now let's enjoy. Hopefully you have a glass of wine, sit back, and let's kick off our first award presentation with our first presenter. Join me in welcoming Bridget Battles, Diversity Manager for Thomas Jefferson University and Jefferson Health, to kick off our first award. Bridget?
Hello, everybody. Hello. I'm super excited to be here tonight. And I'm so excited to be able to announce our first award. So to those of you who are watching us in social media land, please feel free to like and share. We want to engage our audience. We want you to help us celebrate these amazing business owners. So I have the privilege of talking about tonight. The first Outstanding Business Award tonight goes to At Home Health Service. Founders Tess Kendo and Maximo Hugh. At Home Health Services is a home healthcare agency for residents based in Philadelphia, Montgomery, Chester, Bucks, and Delaware County. They provide quality healthcare, and they help their clients through medical, physical, and emotional strain that comes when home healthcare is needed. At Home Healthcare Services provides experienced and professional personnel ranging medical services in the home, from pediatric care to senior care. The office is supervised by licensed registered nurses who are available 24 hours a day, y'all, 24 hours a day, and 7 days a week. With advances in medical technology, virtually every service that a hospital or nursing home can offer can be provided. Let me say that again. Virtually any services that can be provided in a hospital, they can provide in home, in the privacy of your own home. That means they can provide the services and keep you safe during COVID. So I'm going to ask if you would do me a favor. So since we're not all together and we can't really clap for them, so can you help me celebrate by just giving some jazz hands? We just want to celebrate founders Teresa Kendo and Maximo Hugh. They have experienced the need for home health care personally with over 20 years experience in the nursing and home health care industry, made them realize the importance of obtaining quality care at home. They have set out to create an agency that will provide the highest degree of care and better service for those in home health care. Congratulations to At Home Health Services. All right, y'all, let's give them some jazz hands and celebrate them. Congratulations, yay!
Thank you, Bridget, and congratulations to ACT Home Health Services, the agency with the caring touch on the tremendous honor. Congrats again, and thank you, Bridget, for that energy. We all needed it. Next, I would like to introduce Miguel Albin, Senior Vice President and Director of Multicultural Banking for Customers Bank, to recognize our next Outstanding Business Award. Miguel?
Yes, hello everyone. It's an honor to be here again. It's been a tough year, as you said. I wish we could be all together. It is my pleasure to present the Outstanding Business Award this evening that goes to Camford Construction and to CEO Chris Young. The Camford Construction Corporation, a Philadelphia-based construction firm that works on new ground-up construction, major renovations, and tenant fit-out projects for commercial and institutional buildings and new developments. In just 3 years, the Camford Construction Company has managed over $24 million in project value, including the 1500 Market Street Center Square major lobby renovation, along with over $40 million in upcoming projects that includes the Sharpswood Ridge project for the Shift Capital Mosaic EHA development collaboration. Chris has also developed real estate projects worth over $7 million in new mixed-use construction, over $100 million in pending projects awaiting city approvals. Prior to focusing on commercial real estate, Chris spent over 17 years as a business and technology strategy consultant for the world's largest pharmaceutical and healthcare companies, and was part of 3 startups, 2 of which were bought by EMC Dell and Accenture. Chris was recognized as one of the Consulting Magazine's top 30 consultants under 30 for his accomplishments in developing organizational strategies and streamlining operations for clients such as Merck, Bristol Myers, Eli Lilly, among others. Chris Young was also recently named by Philadelphia Business Journal as one of the minority leaders of the year. It is my pleasure to congratulate the Camford Construction and Chris Young.
Thank you, Miguel, and congratulations to Chris and Camford Construction. What an incredible achievement. And Chris, top 30 consultants under 30, and some of us barely can tie our shoes together under 30. Congrats again to you and the entire establishment. Next, it brings me great pleasure to introduce May Mao, Senior Vice President, Multicultural Banking for BB&T Bank, to recognize our next Outstanding Business Award. May? May, if you're out there, I think you're on mute.
Duh. Thank you, Sean. And I'm sending a big hello from Texas. I'm housed in Texas here, and it's really great that we have this technology that I can be here virtually with everyone. It's a great privilege for me to present this Outstanding Business Award to Everest Medical Group and Dr. Guofeng Wen, founder and CEO. Everest Medical Group is an urgent care and medical spa facility located in Upper Darby and Havertown. This family-oriented practice is committed to the best care of patients' wellness and health. There is a team of dedicated board-certified physicians, nurse practitioners, if I can talk, and highly trained physical therapists. The services that Everest Medical Group provides include primary care, rehab services, and aesthetic treatments for men and women. Medical spa could help with tattoo removal, skin rejuvenation, scar treatment, and more. Chester City Center, also known as the Silver Care Campus, is designed with medically, economically, and socially underserved population in mind. The center is now being developed to duplicate the Upper Darby model in Chester to provide around-the-clock healthcare services to clients in need. And Dr. Guofeng Wen is an established and highly skilled physician with over 30 years of experience in hospital care and internal medicine. Dr. Wen is a founding member of Everest Medical Group, and he is dedicated to bring the comprehensive healthcare model to more underserved communities. The goal is to provide quality care to low-income, elderly, and minority groups. So together, let's congratulate Everest Medical Group and Dr. Wen. Clap, 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 clap. Thank you.
Thank you, May, and congratulations, Dr. Wang and Everest Medical Group on your achievement. Moving along, next, I would like to introduce Kia Branson Davis, Corporate Contributions Manager for PICO, to recognize our next Outstanding Business Award. Kia? And Kia, if you're talking, I think you're on mute again.
Sean, maybe you just take over on this one. I'm not sure if Kia made it.
All right, well, we'll stand in place for Kia. So Paradigm is an international architecture practice with operations in Philadelphia and Mumbai, with national and international consultant and procurement relations. They are ideally positioned to provide realizable design solutions in the US, India, and other countries. Their design process and ability to work with highly varied topologies, coupled with our international positioning, has allowed the company to undertake a diverse range of worldwide commissions with a number of project disciplines. Paradigm continues to carry out research-based work and actively pursue to further develop our ideas, approaches, and philosophies. Recent projects, just to name a few, the Blank Dental Studio in Philadelphia. Paradigm's design for the Blank Dental Studio in Philadelphia really transformed over 100 years old former rubber and shoe factory into a branded state-of-the-art dental studio. The next one is the Drexel Arms Students Housing in Philadelphia. The architecture, the interior design, the structural engineering and specifications and procurement, the finish, the materials and fixtures and procurement. Once again, that's the Drexel Arms Students Housing. The third is the Crown Plaza Hotel and Conference Center in Plainsboro, New Jersey. Again, the architecture and the structural engineering, the interior design, all done by Paradigm. And finally, the Aspen Albany Student Housing at SUNY State University of New York, Albany. Paradigm worked with the developers at Aspen Heights to design a new 125,000 square foot housing complex for SUNY students. So Paradigm, congratulations on this award. All right, our next award, I'd like to introduce Emily Doñez, Community Relations Manager for Rivers Casino Philadelphia, to recognize the next Outstanding Business Award. Emily?
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I'm joined by my assistant, Max. So it all started in 1991 when Surita Sambunsong had the idea of opening up a restaurant called Thai Pepper in Ardmore, when Win Sambunsong was still serving in the United States Navy as a lieutenant. Since then, the couple have opened Mikado in Ardmore in 1998, Tikoku in Newton Square in 2003, a Z in Media in 2007, a Z on Main in 2009, and most recently, the Blue Elephant in 2019. The Blue Elephant restaurant has completed a partnership with their daughter, Pearl, who graduated from Cornell University's Hospitality Administration program in 2014. She is now overseeing all operations at Win Signature Restaurants and leads the way for new restaurant concept development and openings. Together, this family is the dynamic force behind Win Signature Restaurants and have been synonymous with great food and hospitality on the main line for over 29 years and counting. Today, Win Signature Restaurants is a multi-concept group of 6 independent restaurants based in the main line that is more than 200 people strong. And their philosophy is simple. They hire great people with creativity, passion, and the drive to be the best. Their team goes beyond to produce great Asian fusion dishes accompanied by exceptional services. So congratulations, Win Signature Restaurants.
Thank you, Emily, and congratulations once again, Win Signature Restaurants. I don't know about you guys, but I think I'm gonna go to Ardmore and check out Thai Pepper, one of the fabulous restaurants. So congrats once again. Now the next award is just truly special. I would like to introduce Amanda Chevalier, principal at CFI, to do the honors to recognize the Nonprofit Organization of the Year. Amanda?
Thank you, Sean. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for attending tonight. The Korean American Association of Greater Philadelphia, President Sharon Hartz. The Korean American Association of Greater Philadelphia, KAAGP, started their chapter on October 13, 1970. Over the past year, the Korean American Association of Greater Philadelphia has been working with nearly 100 community leader volunteers and Korean American organizations to assist the Korean American community during this difficult time. KAAGP led the way to form an emergency response committee called the Korean Community COVID-19 Emergency Committee to support the Korean American community through daily briefings, resource updates, COVID-19 data, and functioning as a communication link with media outlets. The group also created a number of subcommittees, such as Making Masks Campaign, COVID-19 Special Relief Fundraising Campaign, Grant Assistance Committee, Emergency and Call Center Committee, just to name a few. The Make Masks campaign mobilized 70 volunteers to distribute 40,100 masks so far, with a value of $80,000 to local healthcare networks, including hospitals, nursing facilities, township offices, police stations, the Montgomery County Commission's office, senior associations, senior subsidized apartment housing complexes, local schools, individuals, and organizations. KAAGP also connects and works with other Asian American organizations and leaders and continues to position itself as a leading voice for the Korean American community in the greater Philadelphia area. Congratulations to the Korean American Association of Greater Philadelphia.
Thank you, Amanda. And once again, congratulations to Sharon and the entire Korean American Association of Greater Philadelphia. Such a great honor. And thank you for being with us today. Moving along, our next presenter, I would like to introduce Ron Davis, the Director of Diversity and Community Development for Park Casino, to recognize the CEO of the Year. Ron?
Good evening. I am just so pleased to be with you this evening for many reasons. Recognize the CEO of the Year Award, but on behalf of Parks, it is outstanding opportunity for me to present not only award, but the gratitude I have for the Chamber as a board member and as a contributor over the last 10 years, as Parks is the leading in the industry in giving. We are just excited about everything that we do. Betsy and Nick, thank you for your leadership in all those areas, and board members also. I'd like to congratulate all the members, all the recipients this evening. It is certainly exciting. The CEO of the Year Award goes to Frank Lee, a distinguished scientist, CEO, and scholar. And I mean scholar. His resume, if you really follow it close, is so detailed. It's, first of all, he is the president of Alliance Pharma. Alliance Pharma is a contract research organization specializing in drug metabolism and pharmacokinetics and bioanalytical services for both small and large molecules. Frank himself has a background and a PhD from Concordia University and the National Institute of Scientific Research. Doing study at the Mayo Clinic and study in Montreal, Canada, and various places, also partnering with GlaxoSmithKline. Frank has a strong background in his discipline. His experience, he is experienced in discovery and developmental phases of drug development with more than 25 years of pharmaceutical, biotechnology, and CRO industry. He is well-versed in bioanalytical techniques for both qualitative and quantitative drug analysis and has published numerous articles in the area of drug metabolite identification and quantitation. Let's all congratulate Dr. Frank Lee. Thank you, Frank.
Thank you, Ron, and congratulations once again to Dr. Frank Lee, CEO of the Year. Now, friends, just a friendly reminder, the Asian American Chamber of Commerce GoFundMe campaign supports the recovery of Asian-owned businesses, so your donations today are greatly appreciated. As you can see on the slide, the details, again, you want to go to Asian American Chamber website and it's www.asianchamberphila.org. Your support is greatly appreciated as we recover and rebuild our Asian businesses. Now with that, I will segue over to Nick Shenoy for our next segment. Nick?
Okay, thank you, Sean. The next award is an Impact Award, which is given to individuals who is a champion of inclusion by promoting diversity. This year, we honor David Cohen, Senior Executive Vice President for Comcast. Dan Hilfery, CEO of Independent Blue Cross, will introduce him. Dan was our keynote speaker last year. Dan received the prestigious William Penn Award, which is the highest honor given to a business person in Greater Philadelphia business community for their contribution to the region. As both of them are retiring end of this year, we wish them well. Here is Dan.
Thank you, Nick, and congratulations on the outstanding achievements of the Asian American Chamber. Last year, I was with the Chamber leaders and members to speak at your banquet. It was a great and memorable evening. This year's dinner, like so many events, looks very different. But when I heard that you were honoring David L. Cohen with your Impact Award, I knew I had to get involved. I don't think David even knew I was going to jump in here, but he knows that just like the Asian American Chamber, I think the world of his work and his impact. This award recognizes an individual who has taken personal responsibility to build opportunity for diverse businesses and people, with a special emphasis on influencing corporate and government leaders to prioritize diversity and inclusion. There could not be a more appropriate recipient than David. David brought a businessman's acumen to his groundbreaking work in our city government. Then he brought a civic leader's soul and commitment to his work in the corporate world. He has made Comcast a beacon for diversity and inclusion, not just in Philadelphia, but around the world. His role as Comcast's first Chief Diversity Officer has set a standard for other corporations to emulate. He has talked the talk and walked the walk. I just completed my term as chairman of the Chamber of Commerce of Greater Philadelphia, 10 years after David had the same role. He was a pioneer in bringing diverse businesses and leaders into the fold and encouraging the region's business community to strive for inclusion in every effort we undertake. The groundwork he laid is incredibly important right now as we build the recovery effort that will bring Philadelphia back to prosperity after this very difficult year. We need to ensure that it is a recovery that helps the people and businesses of every neighborhood and every community. Asian American businesses, African American businesses, Latinx businesses, we need them all to be strong. In this effort, we have one great advantage in Philadelphia: the inspiration and the ongoing wisdom of David L. Cohen. Congratulations to David on receiving the Asian American Chamber of Commerce Impact Award. I am thrilled to help you honor him and grateful to call him a friend and colleague.
Good evening, everyone. It's my honor to accept this Impact Award. While I wish I could be with you in person, especially because the food at this event is always so spectacular, I don't want to allow the COVID pandemic to interfere with my ability to thank you for this recognition, albeit virtually. I want to congratulate all of tonight's award winners for their incredible leadership and commitment to supporting Philadelphia's diverse business community. I also want to thank Nick for his continued leadership as president of Philadelphia's Asian American Chamber of Commerce. AACCGP has been such a valuable partner for Comcast over the years. Importantly, the Chamber has helped champion our nationally acclaimed low-cost internet adoption program, Internet Essentials. And we've had several Comcast employees serve on the Chamber board, including Sean Samuel and Shivankar Roy. Nick and I have known each other for more years than either of us wants to admit. He's always been a fierce advocate for the Asian American business community and for the interests of the Asian American community in Philadelphia. Nick, it's an honor to consider you a friend. I also think it's important to note that our diverse chambers are an invaluable resource for our local business community. They create a network that connects companies of all sizes, generating meaningful partnerships that drive economic growth. And they convene events like tonight to recognize excellence and leadership in our city. But most importantly, they create a forum for all of us to share the lessons we've learned and are still learning as we grow our respective businesses and help the greater Philadelphia area thrive. I can't tell you how honored I am to receive this recognition from this chamber, a recognition that is both personal but also tied to Comcast work with the Asian American community. Work around small business development, work around diversity and inclusion, and work around digital equity, all in partnership with the Chamber. It's a particular pleasure to be here this evening to share one of the critical lessons we've learned at Comcast NBC Universal. And that lesson is the undeniable value that a robust commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion can bring to every aspect of your company. I had the honor of spending nearly a decade as the Chief Diversity Officer for Comcast Corporation, the first in our company's history. In that time, I witnessed and championed the transformative impact that diversity, equity, and inclusion can have on our business, not just in the workplace, but also on our business partners, our employees, the communities we serve, and critically, on our company's bottom line. The work Comcast has been doing in this space for over a decade has created a foundation that enabled us to react swiftly when this country faced dual crises this year with the COVID-19 pandemic, coupled with ongoing concerns about social injustice, both of which had outsized impact on communities of color. I don't have to explain to this group how the Asian American community was negatively impacted by some of the public discourse during the pandemic. In May, when we really started to see a rise in hate-related incidents perpetuated on Asian Americans during the pandemic, NBC marshaled its resources as a news leader to host a virtual town hall examining the rise of anti-Asian racism resulting from the pandemic. Additionally, with that same month offering the platform of Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, NBC spotlighted AAPI Americans' service as frontline employees and essential workers in the pandemic fight, offering a unique spotlight on professionals ranging from dockers to delivery drivers who kept the country moving during the lockdown. And then, when the country witnessed the murder of George Floyd and reacted to the frequent acts of violence against the Black community, we at Comcast NBC Universal committed ourselves to re-examining our long-standing strategy of diversity and inclusion. We knew that when you've been on the D&I journey for as long as we have, there are things you're going to get right, but there are also going to be things that can improve. For us, our meaningful progress can be seen in things like the formation of our Joint Diversity Advisory Council, a diverse group of national leaders who help guide our DE&I efforts, to the creation of our employee resource groups that now include more than 35,000 members, including more than 2,000 members of our Asian American Pacific Islander ERG in the Philadelphia area alone, and more than 5,000 nationally. To the diverse supply chain we've created with business owners from all communities, including the Asian American community, with whom we've spent nearly $500 million since 2010. We've created substantive and sustainable change and are committing to do more. All of that historical work allowed us to really make an impact quickly after our chairman and CEO, Brian Roberts, announced a commitment to develop a comprehensive multi-year plan to donate $100 million to fight racism, injustice, and inequality against anyone of any race, ethnicity, gender identity, sexual orientation, or ability. This commitment, which is $75 million in cash and $25 million in media, will be distributed over the next 3 years and will be over and above our company's current commitments to thousands of organizations through our Comcast NBC Universal Foundation and community impact programs. This expanded commitment will allow us to continue providing grants for national partners in the Asian American space like Asian Americans Advancing Justice and OCA National, as well as local organizations like CMAC, who for the longest time have been our partners in community volunteerism and digital literacy work. To make this commitment come to life across the country, we've built a strategy to align our work across several focus areas. Social justice. We will partner with and provide significant grants to organizations working to eradicate injustice and inequity. Employees. We will accelerate our efforts in all areas of diversity and inclusion, including advancement, retention, hiring, and training. Media and awareness. We will put the full weight of our company's media resources behind making anti-racism, education, and inequality awareness a priority. Digital equity. We will deepen our company's long-standing commitment to addressing digital inequities which disproportionately impact communities of color. Small business opportunity. We will commit funds to help small businesses that have been impacted by events of the last few months, with a focus on businesses owned by people of color. I want to highlight that small business opportunity focus area because that's where Comcast and AACCGP have been really successful as a collective driving positive change for the Asian American community in Philadelphia. One good example is our partnership with CMAC, which has been key in helping us positively impact local small businesses. This year, we were proud of our commitment to fund CMAC's work in assisting the 70 or so actively open businesses on South 7th Street with various resources to help them survive and thrive during the pandemic. Small business has and will continue to be the path to growth in our city and in Chinatown. This is especially true as we eventually begin emerging from the pandemic's economic devastation in 2021. I once again want to say I'm honored to receive the Impact Award tonight. But in truth, it's been my honor to watch Nick and his member businesses in the AACCGP lead the charge in building a Philadelphia that encourages small business development for the Asian American community and all diverse business owners. Thank you again and good evening. Please stay healthy and safe.
Our Next, our keynote speaker is Michael Innocenzo, President and CEO of PICO, an Exelon company. Rob Wunderlich, President and CEO of Philadelphia Chamber of Commerce, will introduce him. We appreciate Rob's leadership, especially in this difficult time to deal with the recovery process. AACC-GP partners with GPCC on many issues. I take this opportunity to thank Rob for his leadership and support. Michael Innocenzo's video was taped earlier, and as David Cohen. So Michael was also not aware of Rob's introduction. Here is Rob Wunderlich.
That's quite all right, Nick. And I really want to thank you for what's been a great partnership over the last decade or so, and for the board of directors and the members of your Chamber of Commerce. And I must say, I'm very honored to be participating once again in this evening where we are recognizing excellence. And I must say, I was just really inspired by David's excellent presentation a moment ago, and the overall grit, determination, resiliency, and entrepreneurial spirit that was embodied in each of the award recipients this evening. I'm a firm believer that you need a vibrant free enterprise system to have a free republic. And managing the intersection of government and business development and free enterprise is what your chamber has been all about, Nick, for many years. And it's been a testament to your leadership. I'm really, really honored to always call you colleague and friend, and to be among friends this evening. Mike Innocenzo leads an organization that in many respects is more than the power source for all of us here in the southeastern Pennsylvania region. In fact, there are well over 1.6 million of us that derive our electricity from the company that Mike leads, and another 500,000 or so that tap in to the company's natural gas. Of course, I'm talking about PICO and its leader, the Chief Executive Officer, Mike Innocenzo. Mike has significant responsibility. He leads an organization with over 2,700 individuals that represent the employee population in this region, responsible for $9 billion in assets, and generates over $3.2 billion annually. And if I just stop there, that'd be a great wow introduction about the responsibility that Mike has with his company. But those of you that know Mike, like we all do, know that he really has a heart for this city and this region, and is engaged in so many activities that are all about creating intergenerational wealth, inclusive and equitable growth, and prosperity. He has devoted his time to science and technology on the board of the Franklin Institute, to ensuring the legacy of our African American community through his service on the board of the African American Museum, and getting grassroots in our neighborhoods through the parks and recreational and after school and learning and athletic endeavors of our Philadelphia Police Athletic League. Someone who really, I think, more than symbolizes, but whose his deeds match his words in terms of always thinking about his neighbor, his friend, his PICO colleague. But Mike is also a bit of a lion, and had earned his undergraduate degree as a proud lion, an undergraduate degree in electrical engineering from Widener University, and then went on to be a wild cat, earning an MBA from Villanova. And so I know I speak for many in our business and civic and public communities that we're just so fortunate to have Mike Innocenzo at the helm of PICO. Mike?
Thank you, Nick, for the kind introduction. I'm honored to be this year's keynote speaker and to participate in this event with many outstanding businesses and professionals. Under Nick's remarkable leadership, the Asian American Chamber of Commerce of Greater Philadelphia has been a driving force for representing Asian American businesses in this great city of ours we call home. From building diverse relationships and partnerships, promoting economic growth, and providing technical and educational support to Asian businesses in the community, this Chamber of Commerce continues to go above and beyond for its members and the larger community. We owe you a debt of gratitude for all you do. Since 2002, PICO has been a proud partner of the Asian American Chamber of Commerce of Greater Philadelphia, and we value each opportunity to work with you. It is a pleasure to sponsor the annual awards benefit, which recognizes outstanding Asian American businesses, nonprofits, and leaders. I'd like to congratulate David Cohen from Comcast on receiving this year's Impact Award. The city and all of its businesses and nonprofits are fortunate to have a corporate citizen like Comcast, and we are grateful for your personal commitment to our community, David. To Dr. Frank Lee from Alliance Pharma, congratulations on receiving the CEO of the Year Award. Your vision to build trusting partnerships and maintain the highest quality of excellence across research, development, and scientific ethics within the pharmaceutical sector is unmatched, and certainly appreciated in an eds and meds city like Philadelphia. And of course, congratulations to the Korean American Association of Greater Philadelphia on receiving the Nonprofit of the Year Award, as well as At Home Health Services, Camford Constructions, Everest Medical Group, Paradigm Architecture and Urban Design, and Wynn Signature Restaurant Group for receiving the Outstanding Asian Business Award. We are here tonight because of all of you. You are the change makers who share the Chamber's commitment to fostering relationships between the Asian American and non-Asian communities, while promoting economic growth within the region. Quite simply, you all exemplify the Chamber's motto, making connections that matter, and this is a belief we share at PICO too. We pride ourselves on not only literally powering the community, but also making connections and providing the support that helps to power the economic engines and nonprofits of our region. We're all here working day in and day out to make Philadelphia a better place to live and work. And we can't do that without two important things: partnership and collaboration, and a deep understanding and respect of the people and cultures of our region. PICO has a robust community engagement program, and we are constantly seeking opportunities to not only support our communities, but leverage our resources as a natural resource provider to educate and engage our customers. We have had the honor of working with many Asian American businesses in the region to develop unique partnerships that provide support to the community. For more than 20 years, PICO has partnered with the Philadelphia Chinatown Development Corporation as we wholeheartedly support this organization's mission to foster a neighborhood and local treasure where people want to visit, live, and work. We support the organization through grant funding, education and employment opportunities, and community development programming. It has also been a privilege to support organizations like the Southeast Asian Mutual Assistance Association Coalition and the Pan-Asian Association, which focus on economic empowerment and community development. We've celebrated important anniversary milestones and cultural heritage events with these groups. Another example of partnership in action is our work with the arts and education sector of the Asian American community. We've sponsored the Philadelphia Asian American Film Festival since 2015, sponsored events and funded student scholarships through the Asian American Women's Coalition since 2014, and partnered with the Asian Arts Initiative for the annual benefit since 2009. From supporting and protecting what makes our neighborhoods unique to helping each one to thrive, PICO powers community development, and we are proud of these incredible examples of collaboration. Beyond our programmatic collaboration, PICO also understands the incredible importance respecting the many people and cultures of our region. We know that having a workforce and supply chain whose diverse talents reflect the communities we serve is critical to providing our customers with the exceptional products and services they deserve and have come to expect from us. We value operating in a world rich in diversity, in race, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, gender identity, disability, religious affiliation, experience, and thought. An important part of who we are is our diversity and our commitment to pursue initiatives that positively highlight all the unique perspectives that make Philadelphia great. We are committed to bringing those voices to the PICO table in many ways, including working with diverse suppliers to help promote the economic development of local diverse business owners in our company. 2019 was a record year for PICO, during which we spent more than $268 million with diverse businesses, and I'm proud to share that we are on track to exceed that amount in 2020. Our business partnerships have helped shape our 130 years of service to the greater Philadelphia region and our long-standing commitment to a culture of excellence. We would not be the company we are today without the diversity of thought as well as collaboration and innovation with those around us. After all, a strong team includes diverse perspectives, which leads to greater innovation, increased employee engagement, and better solutions. PICO's Asian American Resource Group focuses on engaging employees through cultural events, networking, training, and more through partnerships with local organizations, including the Asian American Chamber of Commerce of Greater Philadelphia. We also know it's an imperative for us to foster a culture of inclusion, both inside the walls of PICO and through everything we do in the community. When we are open to different perspectives and hearing new ideas, we are better positioned to make a change and best serve our community. In a time of the pandemic, it is more important that our partners and friends in the communities we serve feel valued, respected, and appreciated. For one, the pandemic has been particularly challenging on the Asian American businesses in the region. Collaboration and small business support, now more than ever, are key on the road to economic recovery. The Chamber has certainly been a beacon of hope during these tough times, finding ways to support its more than 100 members who have been hardest hit over the past few months. Through promoting Asian Eats, sharing resources about small business grants and funding, and even spearheading a GoFundMe account to provide financial assistance where needed during the pandemic to drive additional support, it is easy to see that the Chamber is an organization you want in your corner. PICO stands proudly with them. With all of this in mind, I leave you with two questions to ask yourself. First, where can you collaborate with others to improve our community? From large efforts to small initiatives, how can you partner for a better future? And two, how can you better foster inclusivity and support new perspectives in your lives? From work to home to in your community, how can you make the most of the incredible diversity in this city? Supporting the community in need is a priority for me and for PICO. By continuing to work in pursuit of economic growth and job creation within our small business communities, while also promoting acceptance and diversity, we can truly live up to the name of being the city of brotherly love and sisterly affection. Thank you again for having me today, and congratulations to those honored tonight who continue to stand for diversity and inclusion. Together, we are making Philadelphia a better place, and PICO is proud to work alongside you.
All right, you've heard the call to action there, so thank you, Mr. Nenzo. You've also heard from a lot of the prominent leaders in our regions and in our regions today, making big impacts to our community and our businesses. We are getting to the tail end of our presentation here, and just want to again acknowledge all the honorees today. Congratulations. And once again, just a gentle reminder, the Asian American Chamber of Commerce of Greater Philadelphia GoFundMe campaign helps Asian-owned micro businesses recover, and it's ongoing. So please donate and share on your social media posts and sites. For more information, log on to www.asianchamberphila.org. Thank you. It's been a great honor to be your MC for the evening. Thank you, Nick, Rob, and the entire Asian American Chamber of Commerce team. And with that, I'll turn it over to Nick Shenoy to wrap up tonight's event.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you for agreeing to MCing. Did a good job. Also, Betsy and Aishika put this together, the virtual program. This is the first time we are doing it. Sounds like done a good job of it. We missed the 10-course dinner, of course, but we will make it up next year. So thank you to our sponsors and